Well, hello everyone. So we are kind of live on a really short notice. If you already saw, we had a previous live stream showing AFK radar, but right now it's time we get into the meat and bones of the severe weather event that is set to occur right now. So right now we have a tornado warning that is observed for Grove Spring in Missouri. So a tornado has been confirmed to be on the ground. You can tell by this extremely strong velocity couplet. And if you hear these warning sounds, this is our new warning system that I coded. It immediately fetches new warnings within seconds of issuance with the National Weather Service. And also we have a pretty strong TDS right now. This is really concerning. So this is mainly over in the area, but if you are in Grove Spring, you should be in shelter now. I don't know. I don't think this is gonna impact you really. But this is over rural farmland right now. But competition, you need to be watching out for this storm. Competition in Missouri, you need to be watching out for this storm. You got a pretty good lead time. And this storm is heading right for you if you are in competition. We have also what could be a new severe thunderstorm watch that popped up just a few moments ago for Illinois. We'll take a look at that in just a sec. But we also have a massive moderate risk of severe weather. That is a 4 out of 5. That stretches all the way from Iowa and goes into Mississippi, parts of Tennessee, Kentucky. You're in that moderate risk. And then, and get this, tomorrow we are also under a high risk of severe weather for Birmingham, Alabama. Coleman, you're just above that high risk. Consider yourself in there. Huntsville, Gadsden, you're in that moderate risk, but Tuscaloosa, you are in that high risk. Philadelphia, Mississippi Meridian, Jackson, consider yourself also within that high risk. I expect this to get like moved around, wobbled around a little bit over the next few days as time goes on. Montgomery, you also consider yourself within this high risk of severe weather. The storms also don't really care what color it's in, what lines are being drawn by the Storm Prediction Center. So any storm that forms tomorrow or even today has a potential to produce tornadoes, some of which are likely to be strong. And we have a new severe watch that is in effect for Chicago, Rockford, Davenport, Iowa, Park Forest. We are also within that severe thunderstorm watch right now. Ottawa, in Illinois, Dixon in Illinois, you are also under that severe thunderstorm watch. So if you are within any of those locations, you should be on the lookout for severe weather. So winds could gust as high as 80 miles per hour within that warning area. I also want to go back to the more urgent matter right now as we have an observed tornado on the ground. This is near competition. This is heading right for you, competition. So if you are in competition, you should be seeking shelter now. You have about 18 minutes until impact for competition in Missouri. So you have 18 minutes until the storm impacts you in competition. And this is a very strong right now. We are getting also a bunch of severe warnings getting issued and tuned and fine-tuned over the next couple hours. You're gonna hear that tone a lot. That is for all weather warnings, watches. Let me play that. Watches gonna sound something like this. And advisories or special weather statements, we do not have those on right now because of our alert priority. You just heard that severe thunderstorm warning sound getting issued. But if we had special weather statements, that's the sound you would hear. So let's take a look right now at the current situation. Let me, real quick, turn on the counties. So this is really just concerning. So Wright County, you are still within that observed tornado warning. You are still within the observed tornado warning right now. You need to be in your shelter immediately. This is a super weird, or not a weird situation, but a concerning situation nonetheless. You can see textbook hook echo. Textbook, the velocity couplet seems to be weakening a little bit, but still right here, this certainly does bear watching. We still have debris that's lofted up. Our rotation detector is also suggesting some rather high activity over in the warned area in Missouri. So north of Mountain Grove, that's about 20 miles northwest of Mountain Grove. You are within that observed tornado warning, and we have a massive, considerable severe thunderstorm warning that contains very strong winds. So Highlandville, Galena, Reed, Spring, Seymour, Mansfield, Norwood, Houston in Missouri, you are also within this, and we have several tornado watches that have also been issued not too long ago for the area. So Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, and Mississippi and Louisiana, you need to be on that severe threat. New severe warning for Boone County, Arkansas. And then let's take a quick look at the current conditions right now that are across the area. You can see a rapidly destabilizing air mass that's currently moving through Arkansas right now. So Little Rock, Hot Springs. That's not the main concern right now because there's not much shear in that area. That's or not much rotation within the atmosphere to concern us for possible tornadic activity. But the further east you go, you really need to be looking out for the chance of severe weather. As I already said before, we currently have a moderate risk that is in effect for northeastern Arkansas, eastern Missouri, southern Iowa. We expect that to get trimmed within the next few hours, really, because the severe threat is waning for there, in my opinion, though. Um, the severe wet there's still a massive severe threat for eastern Iowa, but over the next few hours that could wane. It's likely to start tapering off over the next few hours. If I can get a good view of the pop-ups. Okay. And and then day 2 we have that massive concerning high risk that is in effect for areas like Montgomery, Coleman, Alabama. You're in that tornado, or not that tornado warning, that higher risk of severe weather. We only see that once or twice a year when conditions are super favorable for tornadic activity to form within that area. Now, we normally do severe coverage for southeastern Michigan, so southeastern Michigan, you're no exception to the severe threat. But you can see we have a level 1 out of 5 or a level 2 out of 6 severe weather threat. That is equivalent to a low threat, just below a possible. And just for really anywhere in the yellow. So if you're in the orange, red, or if you're in the red, pink, or purple areas or the magenta areas, you need to be on the lookout for super concerning conditions over the next few days, and the severe weather does not end there. We can see we have a level 3 out of 6 or a 2 out of 5 that is in effect right now for areas like Charlotte, North Carolina, Jacksonville, Florida, Savannah, Georgia. DC, you're also in that severe weather threat, so areas there need to be on the lookout. And we need to go back to our severe weather currently that is happening. We still have that observed tornado warning that is in effect north of Hartville. This certainly does include areas like Competition. We could expect you to be placed under a severe weather warning or tornado warning very shortly. But I feel like the rotation has tapered off a pretty good amount. I'm not seeing anything that's much in the way of significant rotation to warrant keeping this tornado warning active, but still continue to remain in your safe place if you're under this warning. Continue to remain in your safe place if you're under that tornado warning. And let's take a quick look at the forecast. You can see at 9 p.m. Eastern, this is 8 p.m. Central, we have discrete rotating supercells that are forming across southern Missouri and northern Arkansas. This is going to continue to track northeast as time passes. So still an extremely concerning severe weather threat does continue throughout the night. This is going to be a nocturnal threat, so if you're also within the moderate risk, and if this storm happens to come by at night, make sure you have your NOAA weather radio on and scanning for alerts. Your phone is definitely charged. You will need that if you don't have a NOAA weather radio. And this just evolves into a massive line of thunderstorms or squall line, and then this is going to continue moving and moving So this is 4 p.m. or this is 5 a.m. Eastern time. We can see the squall line moves across Indiana. Weekends when it gets to eastern Michigan, but southwestern Michigan, you also could have a threat for severe weather. Alabama, Birmingham, you have rain showers, possible thunderstorms. A couple of those might be severe, but that's not the main concern we're getting right now out of that. The main concern for Alabama does come around 1 p.m. Eastern time, where discrete supercells will begin to fire across Mississippi, and then they continue to evolve across areas like Tupelo, Columbus, Meridian, Birmingham. You can see all of these little appendages at the bottom. This means they could be rotating enough to produce a tornado. So you need to take this event very, very seriously. And see, this still continues to move across Aberdeen, Mississippi, and then this begins to move into the Alabama state line at about 4 p.m. Hamilton, Cullman, Birmingham, Alexander City. You should definitely be on the lookout for that. We have not seen a day 2 high risk in 13 years. So just to stress this enough, we have not seen a day 2 high risk in 13 years. To put that in perspective, each one of these has resulted in, I mean, take for example April 27th, 2011. Now, I'm not trying to compare it to this future severe weather event that's forecast to happen on Saturday. I shouldn't really be comparing it that much, but they do share some similarities in a sense, but I'm not going to go too deep into that. That also but it didn't have a day 2 high risk, but it eventually resulted in a high risk. But every single day 2 high risk that we've had, so 2 before, we've only had 2 of these happen in the history of the Storm Prediction Center. Each one of these resulted in significant tornado outbreaks, 45% chance of tornadoes happening within 25 miles of a point. That's the eventual outlook risk that we might even see by tomorrow. And if we go back, we'll take a quick look at the Springfield, Missouri storm that currently has that active tornado warning in effect. We can see not much in the way. Take a look at level 3 radar data, because level 2 is acting up right now. You can see not much in the way of, well, some could say that hookup is beginning to strengthen a little bit, but I'm not too sure about that because it's really just too weird to tell right now what's going on. Yeah, I'm not seeing much of a tornadic threat being posed by much of this currently. We did likely have what was a tornado. It could have been significant roll through the area not even too long ago. So maybe 5-10 minutes ago, we saw a significant tornado roll through there that could have caused some significant damage to areas within the warning area. So tornadoes in Puerto Rico are actually measured the same way as in the United States because it's in the same United States territory, but we're not expecting much in the way of tornadic activity in Puerto Rico right now. If I can actually take a look at Puerto Rico, because it has a weather radar network in there, you can see Puerto Rico is mostly clear. San Juan, you're pretty good off. And we have another radar indicated tornado warning. Another radar indicated tornado warning that has just been issued for competition, Plato, Orobi, Lynchburg, Fort Leonard, and Wood. You are within that tornado warning. So let's take a quick radar look at that. So Puerto Rico, you're not really much in the way of rotation or any tornadic activity. But let's see. Laclede County, Missouri, Pulaski County, Texas County, Missouri. You're also within that severe thunderstorm warning. Wright County, Missouri. You're also under that tornado warning. That right now it's a radar indicated threat. We do see a little bit of strengthening rotation that could bear watching. We're not too sure. This is something that certainly does bear watching over the next couple days, over the next couple minutes as time passes. All right. So yeah, so right now we have a radar indicated tornado warning that is currently in effect for and new and edited as severe thunderstorm watch is also in effect. Yeah, so it looks like that radar indicated tornado warning has been. No, actually, a new radar indicated tornado warning is in effect. Let's see, that is for areas like Montgomery City, called that out just a few minutes ago. Fulton, Missouri, you're also under that severe thunderstorm warning. a pretty good velocity couplet is just beginning to form within that area. So if you're in that area, you really need to be taking shelter pretty soon. This is something that could be pretty significant. Not the tornado being significant at the moment. We don't really know about that. But of course, every storm that forms today has the potential to be extremely, extremely significant as time goes on. And if we go to our rotation detector, let's see, pretty good shear forming. And that's pretty much dead center within that moderate risk of severe weather. Okay. Montgomery City, you are within that tornado warning. I-70, New Florence. Um, Fulton, you should be seeking shelter pretty soon. This could be a significant storm that rolls through the area. We have so many considerable severe thunderstorm warnings also being issued. Yeah, the rotation's really beginning to tighten up on this storm. It's beginning to concern me a little bit as to how it could behave over the next couple days or the next couple of minutes. You can see those green and red intertwining velocities are beginning to get pretty strong on there. So currently 2 tornado warnings are in effect. 2 tornado warnings are in effect. So currently looking over the situation we have right now, we have a pretty severe weather event that's ongoing across Missouri, Arkansas, and Mississippi. You are definitely within that area. I'm going to toss it over to our AFK mode real quick and then put on radar until some, just for a couple seconds. All right, we are back with another round of severe weather coverage. So we have two tornado warnings. One of them is near southern Missouri that is currently affecting areas like Plato, Robbie, Lynchburg, Fort Leonard Wood. You are within that radar indicated tornado warning right now. So seek shelter immediately if you are within that warning area. We have many, many severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently stretching all the way from Mason City, Iowa, to as far south as Branson, Missouri, Highlandville, Reed Spring. You are all, if you are in a line stretching from there, you could be under a severe thunderstorm warning. So we have a pretty concerning radar signature currently over Missouri right now. Or at least in the terms of reflectivity. Gate-to-gate shear, this is our rotation detector showing some pretty high amounts of, pretty notable amounts of rotation currently over that area. our day one convective outlook has a large 4 out of 5 or a 5 out of 6 risk of severe weather currently, but let's go over to the second area of concern that is over northern Missouri near Montgomery City. So we have a tornado warning that is also radar indicated. I'm not seeing as much concern in the way of rotation within this specific storm. So we have many severe thunderstorm warnings that are currently coming in across the area. Put it back on AFK.
Would you come with me and run away? Would you come with me and run away?